So it looks like we're heading towards a recession right now. We're recording this in May of 2025. Do you have any advice for small business owners on how to ride out this storm?
Yeah. Don't sell anything that has a tariff on it. No, seriously. I mean, we could even see tariffs on software and services too. So that's a possibility. I mean, anything, literally anything could happen. I'm not sure who's at the switch really. So, we're just kind of battening down and preparing for anything. My advice really is you need to have like early, you need to sit with your team. That's employees, that's managers, that's owners, board, everybody. Different meetings, of course, but you need to be talking about like disaster prep. I mean, what happens if the train really does come completely off the rails? If we're spiraling, if people are cutting everything except for essential only services, essential only employees. What does it look like? I mean, the thing is, it happens in stages. And even back in COVID, I mean, it was an immediate, the world is in panic mode. But even then, it was sort of, everyone was realizing, okay, this is starting to happen. Now this is starting to happen. It's getting worse. Now this is starting to happen. So, what we did in our company back in COVID was and we advised all our clients to do it as well, have a plan. Think about it in terms of the gradual progression of worsening of things as they go. And don't be afraid to look at like worst case scenarios. I think having a plan for the absolute worst possible case is a good idea. And, we all hope that those things aren't going to happen, but you plan for them. And I think the earlier you plan for them, the earlier you're prepared for those things, the less likely they are to actually happen because you're anticipating, what are we going to do with this? Right? We're going to start promoting this part of our thing. We're going to start changing our marketing language because now it's not an opportunity to make money. It's an opportunity to, hold on to what you've already got, right? I mean, that's a subtle shift in marketing, but it's an important thing to be thinking about because we all know getting a new marketing strategy off the ground takes time. So if you're anticipating that this is where things are headed, then you're already thinking about putting that creative in place, getting, the marketing team to think about shifting language, getting your salespeople to start thinking about how that message has to change in order to resonate now, because the message that resonates in good times is not the message that resonates in downtimes. And when people are scared, when they're holding on to their pocketbooks, you still have to do your job. You still have to figure out how to grow. And I've actually seen, I mean, it was true for us during the pandemic. We actually had 2 really amazing years during the pandemic when a lot of other companies we knew were shrinking or folding. And the reason was because we were anticipating where things were headed and trying to stay out in front of it and have that disaster plan just literally. I mean, we were reading off of it like a script, and it kept us in the game, and it did more than just that. We were able to thrive during that time.
But other than, I guess, people and headcount and everything else, is there anywhere else where you can cut back? Do you cut your marketing expenses? Do you look at cutting back on software and services that are maybe, some are nice to have and some are essential, and you've got to make some hard choices about it? Like what should you cut back and what should you not cut back, even if there's a recession looming?
Well, I mean, I'm a marketer, so if you ask me if you should cut marketing, it's kind of like asking a barber if you need a haircut. I'm going to tell you, never cut your marketing. I mean, you may need to trim and allocate it differently, but generally what we saw during the pandemic, and it's true for almost any downturn in the economy, the companies that cut marketing first are usually the first companies to disappear. They're the first ones to have to fold. If you market through the downtimes, then you're going to be primed and in a perfect position when things start to tick back up to catch a wave and grow faster and go further than you ever thought you could. But if you stop marketing, then the world just eats you, man. I mean, we just saw it over and over and over again with our clients. The ones that said, yeah, I've got to pull the plug on my marketing right now, they're not in business anymore. They're not our clients anymore.
Are there any particular channels that you would favor? Like, do you change up the marketing mix? Do you do more content or fewer ads or the other way around?
Man, I'll tell you, I mean, and it all depends on, I mean, because we're a marketing company, it depends on the service and the product that you're selling. Find a way to connect to your customers' greatest fears in a downturn. I mean, they're thinking, I'm shrinking, I'm laying people off, this is getting hard. Even if that's not, even if what you sell doesn't directly connect to like how to prevent that from happening or how to slow down the demise of a company or anything, if you can figure out how to, and this takes community building and everything else, but that should be a part of what you're doing. I think just as a company in today's market anyway, is building community, having those relationships with customers, finding ways of connecting with them. But if you can be a source of information, if you can be a source of, we've got your back right now. We know things are tough. Here's what we're doing, and here's what we're seeing with companies just like yours in our space. This is, these are the things that we think are going to be crucial for you moving into next quarter or next month as these things are happening. We're all hoping for a turnaround, but and just like giving them some help because maybe they don't have their disaster plan in place. We did probably at one point during the pandemic, we were doing 2 live webinars with our clients every week. And sometimes they would go for 2 hours. And we were answering every question we could possibly answer. I mean, we were getting into things that were so far afield from what a marketing company even talks about normally. But these people were desperate and they needed to know something was going to turn around or here's how other people are doing it. We did interviews with customers and they would share their experiences so that other people in other markets that were not competitors, could benefit from that and start figuring out how to change their messaging and their marketing so that they didn't have downtimes either. It was all hands on deck. It was, producing materials and doing podcasts and doing webinars for our clients as often as they felt like they needed to hear from us, as often as somebody would show up. Just to let them know we are staying on top of this. We are doing everything we can to anticipate the best possible moves that you need to make through this. And I truly believe I still to this day, 5 years later, get comments at shows and when we talk to customers on the phone or, they just say, man, I just got to tell you how much that meant to us to know that every Tuesday at 2:00, you were going to be doing a webinar and we could hear the voice, a calm voice of reason and sanity walking us through what we could do and not to give up hope and not just like, throw our hands up in the sky and the house is burning and, all hope is lost. So, I mean, that has paid off huge for us.